2001, Alamogordo, New Mexico, Ouija boards were burned by religious fundamentalist groups as symbols of witchcraft. A pastoral letter from the Dutch Reformed churches suggested communicants avoid Ouija boards as they are related to the occult. The Wisconsin Evangelical Lutheran Synod forbids its faithful from using Ouija boards because violate the Ten Commandments. In Micronesia, Catholic bishops call for a ban on Ouija boards because they were used for talking to demons. Human Life International called for the manufacturing firm to be prohibited from marketing them, a portal to the spiritual, tool of Satan, or something else. Let's find out. Ouija, sometimes referred to as spirit board or talking board, consists of a flat board with the written letters of the Latin alphabet, the number 0 to 9, and the words yes, no, and sometimes also hello and goodbye. During the seance, participants place their fingers on a planchette, a small heart-shaped piece of wood or plastic that moves about the board and spells out words. The first time the use of a tablet to communicate with the spiritual world is mentioned in 1100 AD in the historical writing of the Chinese Song dynasty as a practice of the Quanzhen school, one of the denominations of Taoism, known as Fuji planchette writing. Later, after the American Civil War, the use of the board became popular as the main means of communication with relatives who died in the war. By the way, the board we know as Ouija was created and named in Baltimore, Maryland in 1890. Hasbro Inc. owns the trademarks and products of Parker Brothers, among which are Ouija and other popular games like Monopoly, Clue, Risk, and many more. However, Elijah Jefferson Bond, an American lawyer and inventor, invented the Ouija board as we know it today. In the beginning, it was called Nirvana, and later, according to some interpretations, it got the name Ouija from the late ancient Egyptian word meaning good luck, but later more widely accepted etymology that the name came from a combination of a French and German words for yes. The Ouija board was regarded as an innocent parlor game unrelated to the occult until American spiritualist Pearl Curran popularized its use as a diving tool during World War I. Even Aleister Crowley, one of the most famous spiritualists of the modern age, enthusiastically used the Ouija board and had his own design idea and planned to come up with another name for copyright reasons, but that project has not survived. According to the scientific community, the Ouija phenomenon is the result of an ideomotor response. Michael Faraday first described this effect in 1853 while investigating table turning. Numerous studies have recreated the effect of the Ouija board in the lab, showing that under laboratory conditions, subjects were moving the planchette involuntarily. Some studies from 2012 found that when answering yes or no questions, Ouija use was significantly more accurate than guesswork, suggesting that it might draw on the unconscious mind. This proves that the ghost's supposed responses were unconscious thoughts passing through the minds of the subjects. In the view of neurology professor Terence Hines, The planchette is guided by unconscious muscular movements similar to the case of table turning. Otherwise, psychologists call that phenomenon a dissociative state. A dissociative state is one in which consciousness is somehow divided or cut off from some aspect of the individual's normal cognitive, motor, or sensory functions. Some involuntary movements are known as automatism. At the end of the day, both the ideomotor phenomenon and dissociative state rely on unconscious movement. The difference is that the ideomotor phenomenon is based on the idea that just the idea that something can happen tricks the brain into doing it. For instance, thinking about not moving the planchette then makes someone unconsciously move it. Is ordinary parlor game or something sinister? Who knows? Maybe it's written on the board itself.